I really do hate this world because victims have no choices. Uh, Reaction from a little video I saw was, well, like, oh, I'm, like, really stupid for, like, talking about pretend a lot narcissists. When, look at my useless life. I'm a victim my entire life, and he's just one of the worst abusers in it, along with my husband. Like, I can't change. I never chose my husband. I never chose pretend a lot narcissist as my friend, because he never was my friend. He's a death friend. I never chose my parents. The New Age also is, like, really insane, saying that you chose your parents. Like, no. Like, no. My opinion is Earth is always hell, and it's obvious who a victim is. And try to help them out. Now, like, the drug addicts that are homeless, okay, you can't do much. But, to say, like, do you really know what you're doing? Yeah, their drug is their god, so they're not going to change. But if I was even a millionaire, I wouldn't. There's too much in this world to, like, no. I'd have to be a billionaire, and then I'd give all the drug addicts that I see a week in a hotel room is the nicest thing, and then I'd be like, just like, you're just a drug addict. I can't help you out. I mean, that's your God. You'll die for that drug. You're not living. You're surviving. And that's not good. But, then, you can be worked against your whole life, like me. But I don't know those drug addicts' situations. I don't. Except, I guess there were drug addicts, like, for over 5 years. That's an easy given guess. And then I know one drug addict, his mom died. Okay, he was a prostitute killer. And he's a major drug addict. And he just makes it, comfortably. Like, he actually ain't surviving. He thrives. He's a really good master manipulator, abuser, but he gets to do whatever the hell he wants. I call him Satan too. Like, what the hell? You get to do whatever the hell you want. He had a rich family. His mom bailed him out of jail all the time. Like, Earth is hell. What's he doing around, having fun? Getting high. I mean, in my opinion, God would want you to be high, but high the right way. Meaning the good drugs, which would be God's herb and God's cocaine. Okay? That's not like shit is put in it. And I'm against K2. I don't even understand. Like, all the people do, like, K2 and whatever the fuck else they do. Like, that's insane to me. It's just totally insane. Like, what the hell? What's the only thing around? Well, I don't do K2 ever in my life. And the few times that I did. So, in my opinion, those people hate themselves. I mean, I had every right to hate myself until I ran away from him when I was 37 years old. And Pretend a Lot Narcissist doesn't even believe that. He doesn't believe anything about my story. So I was just like, forget you. That's actually I really mean forget you. There's nothing good about him. Because he worked against me the whole time. So my four worst abusers in my life were my so-called caretakers, my dead husband, and pretend a lot narcissists. And I put them all in. I was creative whenever I made this up in my head. They're all four of them are in my sexless cult, which is you know, they destroyed me every way that they could, making me want to die. So why not I make them want to die? And apparently I've been doing that with Pretend a Lot Narcissist, but, you know, it's like, he's not real at all. It's like, you did all these really bad things to me. None of them were a lie. Not one. It was a nightmare. I mean, my whole life is a nightmare. Because of Pretend a Lot Narcissist, because of my husband, because of my caretakers. And creatively, you know, they're in my sexless cult. You know, they're all fucking child molesters. They're all fucking insane. So it's like, they have to write on the chalkboard, how dare you make this lady, one in a million ladies who should have died because of all four of you, different times in her life, how dare you make her want to die? And, yeah. So they have to write on the chalkboard, I am such an awful person for making one in a million ladies want to die. And that would have, you know, I'm not allowed to be a lady. I'm not allowed to be anything. Pretend a Lot Narcissist never allowed me to do anything. I wasn't allowed to take a beautiful walk the one Sunday. I couldn't stand him. So he makes his rice in his big, huge crock pot. He makes rice. That's his meal. And he's screaming at me. No, this is going to be ready in 5 minutes. And it took an hour. And he just added a little tiny can of chicken. That was it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have enough meat. My God, you're insane. And I didn't eat the rice, and he screams at me for it. Just abuse me all the time. His fucking horrifying pancakes. Yeah, so what do people want? I mean, Earth is hell. And no, people don't, better themselves because all they are abusive. Like Pretend a Lot Narcissist. He can never, ever change. Because he can't say one bad thing, one thing that he did wrong when I was forced to live with him. And he made me want to die every day for 4 months. And it's really obvious, the church that we went to, I started, when I started living in the car, I still like that church. So I sat on the other side. So we both walked to church separately. I mean, doesn't anyone in the church care? Like, no one cared about me. I'm a victim to my husband and to him. And where I came from, my so-called caretakers. Nobody in the church cares about victims. Like, what do you need for a victim? A victim needs everything. And it's nice that I see these Instagrams, Just Nate, he gets homeless people a lot what they want. I mean, they're homeless. You can't. I think they need a home. But the last one I saw, it was really nice. He got this guy, he wanted a propane stove. So he just went out, got him a stove, got him pants, got him backpack, t-shirts, underwear, socks, something that he desperately needs for, the next couple months. And he might come back to the same homeless guy and give him more propane. Like, what do you want? Well, I really need a stove. Okay, that's the first thing you bought him. That is really cool. And why isn't there more people out there like that? And, I guess people donate to him, so he actually goes out there and does it. I think they need a home. And that's something that, I never had. That's really sad. Pretend a lot narcissist is that fucking delusional. That totally insane that he acted like, oh, I made out like a bandit when I lived with him. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? He stole my good energy and made me want to die all the time. And he can't accept that. Like, I don't want to die when I'm not around him, but yeah, if I'm forced to be with him, and you're talking about a week's time, he would probably get me to seriously want to die. And, so I'm not for all these speakers like Tim Han and all the other inspirational teachers, Mel Robbins, that girl, and Tony Robbins. Like, people aren't real. Like, there's so many victims out there. Just how about a victim? And then, like, if I was a billionaire, yeah, I'd give every homeless person a week. But the drug addicts, that's it. It's like, God, you just might die tomorrow. So why, what am I doing? Like, you really, like, there is no reason to keep helping out a drug addict because they might die tomorrow. And, like, that's their choice. And they want to do that. I can't help them out. Now, fucking insane abusers, they don't deserve to live at all. I think they're the ones who should kill themselves. Insane abusers, like pretend a lot narcissists who's never done one fucking thing for me except make me want to die. The majority of the time. I mean, of course not the whole time, but yeah, the majority of the time. He's that awful of a person. I'd, hope that some drug addict would, like, love themselves and be like, I just can't stand living in the street and this isn't good. And you know what? K2 is the worst drug I ever did in my life. I don't know. I only did it a few times. I hated it. I'm just gonna check into a rehab. That would be my hope for the drug addicts. Like, I can't help them out. Like, I can't. But as far as pretending on narcissists, I'm thinking, damn, maybe if you did fucking K2, maybe that would fucking help out your crazy fucking insane brain. But no, it would not. It would make anyone worse, in my opinion. I mean, I just personally, like, I did it like 15 years ago, and I was pissed off, screamed at the people. It's supposed to be God's herb that, I'm smoking. I'm smoking this shit? Fuck you. And then, all of them. Like, well, that was, I said, oh my God, this is like the worst fucking pot I ever smoked in my life. That's K2. What the fuck? Like, these people are fucking nuts. So yeah, you can't help out. Many people, a lot of people hate themselves, like pretend a lot narcissists. You can never ever help him out. Why? He's not honest. He'll never ever be helped out. He's totally not honest. He can't be honest. He's a fucking Satan himself in complete total denial. And I don't know why he didn't kill himself like before I ever met him. He's a miserable, horrifying, lying person. He's never ever helped me out except make me want to die. That's not helping me out. So, I mean, like, he's rotten. He's rotten. Whatever. Now, unfortunately, I had rotten people in my life, like my husband. So, I actually cried for the first time, like, in front of pretend a lot narcissists. But I mean, like, of course, I wanted my husband to be a good person, like pretend a lot narcissists, but they can't. They're Satan. Like, that's the way I look at it. Like, there is, like, Tim Han. I saw a whole commercial on him, so he's, like, right there in my brain. Like, he thinks that everyone can be helped from what I gather of all his good infomercials. I mean, if you want to watch a good infomercial, watch Tim Hans. Like, it's good shit. Good stuff. Can't call it shit, because it's not shit. It's good stuff. You can't help out pretend a lot narcissist. You could never help out my dead husband. And then I'm not even going to get into, like, caretakers. I can't. Like, but you can't help out a hell of a lot of people. A hell of a lot of people hate themselves. And immensely. Like, pretend a lot narcissist. He never would have abused me if he didn't hate himself to death. And then he hates himself to death, so he took off that mask. And he mirrored all of his hate. And he created all of his hate into my life. So narcissists create hate into their victim's life. And I'm his favorite victim. I mean, of all time. Like, oh my God. Daily, goes to church, all this church shit every fucking day. Especially Sundays, probably all day. What a fucking liar. Like, going and talking bad about me the whole time. Yeah, I don't know why she's so delusional and lied so much on my useless YouTube fucking videos. Talking about that crap, but I'm just being real. That's life. And there's too many pretend a lot narcissists in this fucking world that you're forced to deal with. And you can't do anything about them. I mean, they're awful people. Pretend a lot narcissist should be in jail for what the hell he did to me. But he's not. He's not, just like all the rest. Just like my husband. Like, nobody goes to jail that's completely, totally evil and sinister. That's just the way it is. Evil reigns. Pretend a lot narcissists and my dead husband, they reigned. They do whatever the hell they want. Evil reigns. You know, they do the most unspeakable, horrifying thing, and nothing's ever done. Pretend a lot narcissists never ever cared about me. Never ever listened to a word I say. Never respected me when I said, when I ran away from him when I was 37, that's when I first loved myself. It's like, no, you don't love yourself. No. Yeah, you don't love yourself. Ah. You want some pancakes, little girl? you want my pancakes? Sick, fucking horrifying, undone pancakes, just like the raw pizza dough that he forced down my fucking kid's throat. The fuck does he care? He didn't give a fuck. If you're in his fucking domain and he's able to abuse you, he will. Now, see, my husband used to scream. So he has a hell of a lot of demons in him, pretend a narcissist. And I'm just like wondering, okay, well then he should have been like my husband. Like, when my husband was like all by himself, he used to just scream and swear and, you know, break things. And I'm like wondering, you know, I never pretend a lot narcissists made sure that, you know, I couldn't go out of his sight like my husband, but my husband then shared with me, like, yeah, I'd be fucking screaming like hell, you know, if you weren't around. Like, oh, and I actually helped him stay alive. Like, great. You know, that's not a person that you want alive. Neither pretend a lot narcissist. But you know what? He's completely different around his little group of people. That he acts like he's a saint. Like, oh, I'm a saint. And I go to church. I try to be close to God. And I pray every day. And I give to my purple alien God. God knows I have to give to my purple alien God. Oh my God. I couldn't survive if I did not give to purple alien God and the Godmother. I couldn't. I just couldn't survive. I mean, where the hell does he get all his money on it? People don't care about victims. He never cared about me. He gave Purple Alien God $2,000 while he was fucking making me want to die. Viciously, verbally attacking me every fucking day. You opened the refrigerator! Fucking insane. I can't say one good thing about him when, he put me through hell and made me want to die so many times. So, I just say the truth, and I just look at that as, like, a useless person. Like, if he died, of course I wouldn't cry. Of course I didn't cry when my husband died, but I was around Pretend a Lot narcissists, so there's a hell of a lot of insane abusers in this world. So he helped me cry. Like, he never ever did anything right. He wasn't happy, He's just such a fucking miserable person every fucking time we went out to eat. This isn't done right. Ew. I hate this food. I have to tell him about it and get a free meal. Like that was every fucking time I go out to eat. Horrifying. That's what you call it. Like, who the hell wants that? I mean, I'm like Patrick Teehan, and like I was afraid, and I'd accept my lousy meal if I ever went out to eat, which was barely at all. So the tiny bits of times I went out to eat and something's not made right, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not going to eat the raw meat that they serve me. Oh, they served me a raw steak. I won't even, I'm too afraid. I'm not allowed to have anything anyway. I just wouldn't eat it. That never ever happened, but I'm just saying I barely went out to eat. And that's the way I would react. But no, not privileged, pretended like narcissists. No. This meat doesn't taste great. Ew. You burn it. Ew, it's too raw. My sub doesn't have enough mayonnaise in it. What's the matter with you? I want a free sub. I want another free meal. Wait a minute, I think I see that guy around town. He gets a lot of free meals. I think he's lying about the food that he's given. He just lies. He just says it's bad just to get another free meal. That's what all those Jerry Springer style white trash people do. White trash Jerry Springer style people do. That's what they all do. They'll just go around, I'm not satisfied. They act like little spoiled little brats. I'm not satisfied. This isn't satisfying me. I need a free meal. When he brings back something back to the grocery store. Look. He buys milk. I'm just saying this never happened, but this is what he probably would do. He'd buy milk. And then he'd see, this is what white trash people do. They're horrible. Liars. He has old milk in his refrigerator. So then he'd return that old milk that looks like it's in the same container. I just bought this from your store. Look, it's rotted milk. I want another one. I mean, that's just what the hell he would do. By the way, milk is bad for you to drink. So I did not know. I learned from a kid saying milk destroys your bones. Like, what? It makes your bones weaker. Milk is a bad product. Like, people don't know. Like, yogurt is different because it has cultures. Cheese is different. But milk was never, ever a good product. And who knows what the hell you're getting anymore. So, like, oh my God. I can't do anything. I don't have anything.